Well, and good day to you. Today we're going to be learning the herringbone stitch. This is amazing for borders. It can be worked either vertically or horizontally. Today I am going to be working in different colors so that you can see the layers of these stitches. These can be worked in the same thread, in different threads of the same hue. How really this one lends to a ton of creativity. This one looks really complex, but really it is this first layer that I'm going to show you. That is the entire stitch. And it is 4 diagonal stitches across. You can make it in different sizes. You can adjust this, no problem. You're going to go back 1 right next to where you just went in, your number 2 there. And then diagonal from that, you're going to go 4. Oops. 4. And then you're going to go backwards 1 from that. And you're going to do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, I'm counting on the diagonals. I'm counting as I go over the threads. I'm not counting the holes. So I'm going over 1, 2, 3, 4. Going back 1, staying on this line. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go back 1. My thread's going to play with me today. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So that, we're just going to pretend that I went on for that for inches and inches. And so the next one that we're going to do is going to be exactly where we started, only 1 farther in. So we're going to start right here. And we're going to go over 4 diagonal, 1, 2, 3, 4, same stitches we just did in red. We're going to go back 1 where we share this hole with the previous stitch. All of these stitches, it's the same stitch over and over again, but it is all snuggled up together. Okay, so you're going to go into this one, and then you're going to go back 1 to share this hole with the red. You're going to go over 4 diagonal again. So it is this same very simple stitch, but it's going to look more and more complex as we get going here. So there's your second layer. Okay. Well, again, we're going to pretend that goes on and on for however long you need it to. And then we're going to start with our next layer. And we're going to snuggle in right here next to this one. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 diagonal, which is really, you don't even have to count at this point because you know, if everything is right, that it's just 1 farther out from the last, from your previous thread trip. These are all called trips. So this one is referred to as a 6-trip herringbone because you're going to go back and forth 6 times to cover. You could stop here if you wanted that look, if you wanted the more open work look. That's completely optional. The great thing about stitching is you can do the stitches as they're called for in the books, or you can do whatever you want. There's really no hard and fast rules. You can do as you please, mostly. Okay, so that's yellow. There's our 3rd trip. So now we're going to snuggle in right here next to this one. We're going to do 1 out from the one we did before, back up, go 1 out from the one we did before, back up 1. Same thing, very easy little stitch. It only looks complex, so don't be afraid. The great thing about stitching is if you screw it up, you screw it up at home and nobody has to know. You can always take it out and do something else. Nobody ever sees the original thought or pattern or whatever, so you do you. And then you go back 1 and snuggle in those stitches. There you go. So there's the green. And you could see that the holes in between are getting smaller and smaller, and that's okay. We only have 2 more trips to go. So we're going to snuggle up here next to the one we've already done and go out from the previous stitch. 1, back, out from the previous stitch, and one back, out from the previous stitch, one back. So as long as you count carefully, usually on the first run, on the first trip, the rest of them get a lot easier. It's kind of like Bargello that way. If you do Bargello right the first time and you follow along like you're supposed to, then it makes it very easy. Okay, and you're going to go back one. And that's it for blue. We only have one little hole left. And I know you're going to be surprised when I fill it up with purple. So here we go. We're going to go out one. We're going to go out one from here and back. Out one from where we went, which is in the back side of the first trip. And we're going to fill in all those holes that we haven't done yet. Cover those up and make a beautiful herringbone braid. Just like that. This looks amazing. I had a project where I did this in all the same color, but from light to dark. Each trip got subsequently darker, and it turned out just beautiful. There you go, just like that. And that is a 6-trip herringbone. That's how you do it. Good luck stitching.